Giselle, we're out here today to go over the most important SOP you will ever learn about in your lifetime, the Mossy Protocol. Now, this protocol is well known to all backcountry rangers in Secchi, and is very important should you wish to have a restful night's sleep at the Little Five Lakes Ranger Station. Now, to give you a bit of backstory to how I learned about the protocol, this is very important for the demonstration that is about to be performed in a few minutes. Now, the backstory to this is, having worked as a trailhead ranger last season in Sequoia, I would work 1 week in the front country, issuing permits, and then the next week in the back country, checking the permits. And on that particular patrol, I was doing the Mineral King area, and I wound up doing a 4-day, 3-night stay, doing the loop from Timber Gap over to Little Five Lakes, down to Lost Canyon, and back out Sawtooth Mountain. It is an incredibly strenuous hike, but it's an incredibly stunning hike. Highly recommend. Should you wish to feel a lot of pain in your legs for the next day after, a lot of type 2 fun. It's an absolutely stunning trail though. But anyways, I knew I was going to be doing this, and I knew at the Little Five Lakes area, there was in fact the ranger station, which Ranger Michael Rodman was the caretaker of that particular year. And so I contacted Rodman via our little Garmin InReach. It's a little device, a little satellite phone thing. And unfortunately, he was not going to be there, but he was gracious enough to offer me the use of the yurt. So I was super excited to utilize this yurt. And I had no idea what this yurt was going to be. I mean, I just heard people talking about a yurt, but I had no idea what a yurt was. I just assumed it was an affectionate term for the ranger station. So anyways, Giselle, I was getting over Black Rock Pass, which is a 4,000 feet elevation climb. It is incredibly strenuous and very tiring, but the view at the top in the little saddle is well worth it. You get this great vista into the Little Five Lakes basin. You can see all the Little Five Lakes below, and they're absolutely stunning alpine lakes. And Giselle, those alpine lakes are just full of mosquitoes. And those mosquitoes find you well before you get anywhere near those lakes, Giselle. So as I was making my descent into the Little Five Lakes area, all of a sudden I am just covered in a black cloud of mosquitoes. And I am hiking as fast as possible to get away from them. And I am tired and hot and exhausted and covered in mosquitoes. And Giselle, I was wondering, how in the world am I going to enter this ranger station and not bring in like 5,000 mosquitoes with me and get some sleep that night? Well, Giselle, good Sir Rodman had the answer. As I approached the yurt, which I discovered was in fact an actual yurt. It was not a cabin. It was not an affectionate name for a ranger station. No, it is a literal seasonal yurt, a little round structure that gets put up every season and then closed down every season. It's just a little like 10 by 10 circle with a little like bedroom area, a tiny desk, a bookshelf, and like a tiny kitchenette. And that is the yurt. That's what this man lives in for months on end, every season. It's amazing and awesome. But anyways, good Sir Rodman had obviously dealt with Mossies quite a bit in his life, and so he was kind enough to write the protocol that you're going to see demonstrated in this video. So as I approached this yurt, and right on the door, I saw this little clipboard with a little laminated sheet of paper. And of course, I mean, it was put right there. How could I not pick it up and try to read it? And on this sheet of paper was incredibly wise words on how to escape the Mossies. And I'm going to paraphrase what it said, because alas, I do not have the sheet of paper with me. But this is essentially what that sheet of paper said, Giselle. Oh, good traveler, coming to the Little Five Lakes Ranger Station, should you wish for a restful night's sleep, you must follow this Mossy Protocol. Follow all the steps should you wish to have a mosquito-free evening. First, you must use your key to unlock the yurt and open it just enough that you can stick your hand inside, twist the little turn knob, jiggle the handle to make sure it's unlocked, and then shut it as quickly as possible. Second, take your backpack off and put it on the side of the door that does not swing open. Third, look for the bucket. That's the bucket in today's demonstration. But look for the bucket, and then as fast as possible, run to that bucket while waving your hands frantically in the air. Circle the bucket 3 times, run back to the yurt, open the door just enough to stick the bag in, shut the door, Run back to the bucket. Continue waving your hands frantically in the air. Again, circle it 3 times, and then, like quicksilver, run back to the yurt, open the door just enough to get in, and then shut the door, and then kill any mosquitoes that follow you in. And that, Giselle, is the Mossy Protocol. And you better believe, Giselle, I followed that Mossy Protocol. And it worked. Only a few mosquitoes followed me in. But Giselle, I had to go in and out of that yurt multiple times. And you better believe that I did the Mossy Protocol every single time. Now, did I need to, Giselle? Maybe not. Did I want to, Giselle? You better believe it. Because you know how many campers probably saw me running around that bucket going like this? Probably enough of them that I found pleasure in it. Now, the other thing, Giselle, while staying in there, inside this yurt, I mentioned there is a tiny little bedroom area, a desk, a bookshelf, and a tiny kitchenette. There is not, Giselle, a bathroom anywhere inside that yurt. Now, to get to the bathroom, you had to go back outside, go across the meadow, and there's a little compostable toilet with a little bin to burn your toilet paper after use. There is not a shed or anything. It's not an outhouse. It's literally just a compostable toilet on the other side of a meadow. Well, fortunately, Giselle, inside the yurt, graciously, there is a full body mosquito net provided for whoever is staying in the yurt. And you better believe it is a very, very wonderful thing to have. So whenever you needed to walk to the bathroom, you would have to go across the meadow wearing this full body mosquito net. But Giselle, there's a problem that comes up once you get to the toilet. And the problem is, Giselle, you have to lift that net and pull down your pants to actually use the toilet. And while you are sitting there using the toilet, a black cloud forms around your nether regions. And that black cloud is getting a lot of blood in the short time you are using that toilet. And so, Giselle, you would know the rangers or anyone who was staying at that yurt, because at least recently within that area, because you could probably see them just walking around, just scratching their legs, because they'd have these beautiful red welts around their legs from all the mosquito bites. And you better believe that I did too, Giselle. And that is life living at the Five Little Lakes Ranger Station Yurt. Now, Giselle, I wish to demonstrate for you the Mossy Protocol. We have set up at the door, and fortunately this is the best angle I could get, a backpack with the placed properly on the right side of the door. And over here we have the bucket. I would like to state for the record, Giselle, that the distance in between these things is actually very short compared to the actual Mossy Protocol distance. This bucket should be about like 3 times further away. Just letting you know. But for demonstration purposes, this is what you're getting. All right, Giselle, it's time for you to bear witness to the Mossy Protocol. Remember it well, for it is the most important protocol you will ever have to remember in your lifetime. Here we go. Remember it, Giselle, forever.